Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here with me today. If you follow the beautiful game, you know that something massive is looming on the horizon. We're going to break down exactly how the 2026 World Cup isn't just getting bigger in scale, it's getting dramatically, fundamentally faster. We are literally looking at a complete football revolution.
Look, be honest with me right now. Are you tired of extreme time wasting? Think about it. How many times have you sat on your couch, screaming at your TV screen because the clock is ticking down, your team desperately needs a goal, and the opposing team is just stalling, walking slowly, holding the ball, taking forever on a simple restart? We've all been there. Well, FIFA has officially heard the fans, and they're declaring an all-out war on time wasting.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our exact roadmap for today. First, the 2026 football revolution. Then, the new rules killing time wasting, followed by transparency and tech upgrades. We'll then break down the massive tactical impact and wrap it all up with the ultimate football test. Let's get into it.
Section 2, Killing Time-Wasting Rules. FIFA's War on Delays.
So these new rules are specifically designed to keep the ball actually rolling, ensuring the stadium energy stays at an absolute premium for the full 90 minutes. And this first change? It's a massive paradigm shift. It used to be that if a goalkeeper held onto the ball for entirely too long, the ref would jog over, tap his watch, and issue a polite warning. Maybe a yellow card if it happened 3 times. Well, not anymore. Under the new goal kick rule, if a goalkeeper holds the ball too long, they don't get a warning. They instantly give away a corner kick. Just think about how dramatic that is. Delaying the game now results in a direct, incredibly dangerous attacking advantage for the opposition.
And to put that rapid-fire pace into perspective, the magic number is 8 seconds. That's the strict new limit goalkeepers have to release the ball from their hands. Count that in your head. 1, 2, 3. It evaporates incredibly fast in the middle of a high-pressure World Cup match, right? Goalkeepers are going to have to make split-second distribution decisions or immediately face that punishing corner kick.
Now, let's talk about 10 seconds. Let me ask you, how much do you hate watching a player slowly, casually trudge off the pitch during a substitution when their team is winning? They high-five the ref, wave to the crowd, maybe stop to adjust their shin guards. It just completely kills the momentum. Well, FIFA is dropping the hammer. Players now have a strict 10-second limit to get completely off the pitch during a sub. If they don't hustle, they risk penalties. It's all about maintaining that rapid-fire pace.
Section 3, Transparency and Tech Upgrades, Seeing and Hearing Everything.
Because accelerating the game on the clock is really only half the battle. Using technology to actively police player behavior and protect the referees on the pitch is the next frontier. Now let's talk about the highly specific mouth covering rule. We've all seen it. Players covering their mouths with their hands or pulling their jerseys up over their faces when they argue with a ref or trash talk an opponent. They do it precisely to conceal what they're saying from the broadcast cameras and pitch-side microphones. This new regulation is a direct attempt to clean up player toxicity. By stopping players from hiding their mouths, FIFA is demanding total accountability for what gets said out there.
And the technological upgrades go even further to enforce this transparency. Referees will now be wearing body cameras. Imagine the psychological shift on the pitch when players know that every aggressive interaction, every complaint is being recorded in high definition right from the official's exact point of view. Furthermore, we're seeing expanded VAR powers specifically for second yellow cards. Previously, VAR was largely reserved for straight red cards or penalty decisions. Now, video assistants can finally intervene on second yellow card offenses, which ensures the team isn't unfairly reduced to 10 men or wrongly allowed to keep a player on the field.
Section 4, the massive tactical impact, how the game will change. We've looked at the rulebook, but now we need to shift our focus to the grass. How are these sweeping changes actually going to force managers and teams to adapt their core strategies? To understand the tactical impact, we first need to acknowledge the scale of the battlefield. This tactical shift is happening right alongside a massive physical expansion of the tournament to 48 teams total. We're going to have a wildly diverse array of footballing cultures and tactical philosophies colliding, and all of them having to simultaneously adapt to these lightning-fast new rules.
Now, prepare yourself for what might be the most radical change to the actual flow of play. Think about the old reality we're all used to. Offside applies almost everywhere, dictating exactly how high a defensive line can safely push up the field. But the shocking new rule, there is absolutely no offside from goal kicks or throw-ins. Think about the geometry of that. You can now have a striker standing 10 yards behind the last defender, just waiting for a booming goal kick.
So the crucial point is how this single rule rewrites team strategy.
Let's connect the dots. Step 1. Because there's no offside on goal kicks and throw-ins, we move to Step 2. Teams are heavily incentivized to play a much more direct brand of football. They can bypass the midfield entirely and launch the ball deep into attacking areas without any fear of the linesman's flag. And because of that constant deep thread, we reach Step 3. Opponents are practically forced into aggressive, high-pressing systems to shut down the goalkeeper or the thrower before they can launch that devastating long ball. The game becomes stretched, aggressive, and incredibly fast.
1 minute. This brings us to the injury return rule. We talked about extreme time wasting earlier, but what about the infamous fake injury? You know the drill. A player goes down, writhes in pain, the medical staff rushes on, the clock ticks away, and 2 minutes later, that same player is sprinting down the wing. To strictly deter these fake injuries, FIFA has mandated that a player who goes off the pitch for medical treatment must now wait a full agonizing 1 minute before they're allowed to re-enter. That means their team is forced to play a man down, 10 against 11, for 60 entire seconds. Players will absolutely think twice before feigning a cramp now.
Section 5. The Ultimate Football Test. Will it work?
We've unpacked the new rules, the new technology, and the massive strategic shifts. Now we really have to look at the ultimate consequences of these sweeping changes. I want to leave you with this question to ponder. Will these rules make the game better, or is football losing its natural flow? On one hand, we're eliminating those frustrating delays, punishing the time wasters, and demanding non-stop action. But on the other hand, are we over-regulating the beautiful game? Are we stripping away the natural rhythm that makes it so unpredictable? The 2026 World Cup won't just be a tournament. It's going to be a fascinating experiment that could change the sport's rhythm forever. Thank you so much for joining me to break this all down today, and keep your eyes on the pitch.